Okay, question 2 is about the circulatory system. So that's the heart and all your blood vessels. And part A is asking you about a substance transported by the blood. So think everything that you need in your cells has to be transported around your body in your blood. And the main things that you need are glucose from your digestive system and oxygen. So both of those substances would be good answers here. You've got to get rid of the waste that you make. So the waste products your body makes are carbon dioxide, which is the waste product from respiration. And you might have heard of the substance called urea, which is from the breakdown of excess proteins. Another suitable answer here would be water. So pick any one of those, because in bold it says name one. Part 2, the main type of tissue in the heart. We know that the heart is a pump. It's made out of muscle, and so there's only one answer here, which is muscle tissue. Okay, looking at the diagram of the heart, remember how your heart works. So the chambers at the top are atrium, and they fill up with blood, which gets squashed into the ventricles, shown on that diagram with an E, which then squash the blood out of the heart in the blood vessels B and C. So blood comes into the heart, into the chambers at the top. Okay, the question here is asking you about which of the blood vessels A, B, C takes blood to the lungs, and so going out of the heart, so it would be B and C, so we're down to those two. And we should notice that the left side of the heart, which for you on this diagram is on the right. So remember, you're looking as if you're looking down on somebody lying on your exam paper. The left-hand side of their body is on the right-hand side of your exam paper. So the right answer here will be blood vessel B, which is going away from the heart. So it's an artery, and it's going to the lungs. It's the pulmonary artery. D and E are chambers. D is at the top and E is at the bottom. So we know that D is an atrium and E is a ventricle. If we're being really correct, we would say D is the left atrium and E is the left ventricle. Notice that D and E are separated by valves, and if we were asked about the valves, we'd say they are to prevent the backflow of blood, to stop the blood flowing the wrong way. Okay, part C, you've got diagrams of 3 different blood vessels. Notice it says not to scale, so the size of them is not important. And F and G are both made up of elastic tissue and muscle tissue. F and G represent veins and arteries, whereas H, notice, the wall is only 1 cell thick. And so H we can identify as the capillary. Now, to differentiate between F and G, we can either say the muscle tissue will be thickest in an artery, or we could say the gap, the empty part in the middle of the pipe, because this is a cross section, the lumen, if we're being very correct, the lumen is small in an artery and bigger in a vein. And so what type of blood vessel is F? It's got thin muscle tissue. It's got a bigger lumen, the white part on the diagram, the space where the blood is flowing. F is a vein. Part 2, a man needs to have a stent fitted to prevent a heart attack. Stents are kind of mesh tubes which hold open blood vessels. It will be placed inside an artery to hold it open. And we're explaining how the stent works to prevent a heart attack here. So remember, a heart attack is caused when the heart muscle itself is starved of oxygen. So the stent will keep the artery open or keep it wider, therefore allowing oxygen to get to the heart muscle so it can continue to work normally, doing respiration, releasing energy, and keeps your heart beating.